Introducing the PDC World Darts Championship.
Welcome back to Online Darts, everyone. The build-up to the PDC World Darts Championship, and we've got Rob Cross here. Rob, always exciting this time of year. Same for you?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think I look at it, form ain't been great, but look, how can you not get excited to go and play the World Championship's biggest stage, sort of biggest tournament in the year, you know? So yeah, need to get up for it, and I will be up for it. I'm sort of ready to go, you know.
Well, you touched on obviously the form side of it. How do you reverse that for the World Championship?
I don't really, it's nice to have form when you walk into anything, but the amount of things what I've probably won and I've been out of form, you know, so it's not really important really to a certain degree. I think it's how my prep goes in the next 2 weeks. You know, I play, I think I play on the 12th or something, 12th in the afternoon there last on, but at the same time, it's how I practice now. You know, I still know I've got the ability and other stuff, and if I get that right, I've got a few exhibitions booked to be able to sort of practice and work on my game if I need it, you know. But yeah, well, I've come up with a different plan. I'm in the gym every day at the minute, so I'm lifting a few weights and stuff, trying to build my core up, get me throw a little bit stronger, you know. I thought, I suppose over the last sort of 3 or 4 months, my throw's been a bit flimsy. Yeah. You know, I don't feel strong or anything, but I've done sort of 3 weeks now, missing the Grand Slam, you know. I thought I was going to die for the first week, but I'm actually there now, you know. I feel stronger and they're hitting the board with a bit more authority, so hopefully that helps.
Does that hurt when there's a PDC major on and Rob Cross isn't in it?
I think, do you know, yeah, I did sort of miss it because it's the first time I've not made it. But maybe at the same time it's just given me time just to sort of reflect, have a look at stuff and think to myself, you know, how do I go forward really? And that was the idea, sort of, yeah, just getting the gym, it's allowed me to do that, you know. I didn't pick a dart up for the first week, you know, I couldn't lift my arm. So yeah, now I'm doing that and sort of, yeah, just gear up for the big one.
When we spoke in New York, it was just after, obviously, your problems away from the board were very well publicised, and you spoke brilliantly about that. Has that had any impact on this dip in form or not?
No, I don't think so. Look, I've had it for a long time and other stuff, and I just think mine, I'm probably, if I was going to be honest, and I've been quite honest about it anyway, it's more that get up and go. You know, sometimes I've been walking into tournaments, not to say that I'm not enjoying the game, but I just turn up and that fight, and probably the practice side and all. I've not been doing anything. You know, if I haven't got darts for 6 days or 7 days, I won't pick a dart up for 7 days. You know, and then sometimes you walk in. It's okay when your confidence is high, but if your confidence is a little bit low and you haven't picked one up, it can be disastrous, you know. So, look, I just believe it. Look, it is all my fault, and I've not put the work in, and I've not done the time, you know. Unusual for me, I know, if I usually want to play well, but I suppose, look, the head is where it is, and I've been working on it, trying to get that sorted and all, you know. But, yeah, I seem to find I don't have a problem with this game if I want to do it, you know.
The slide, obviously, in the rankings can cause problems. Is that something that you look at? Because when you're in the top 16 and the top 10 and so on, those invites are always there and the Euro tours are always there. But when you're on the slide, is the pressure there to stop that because you don't want to go back to qualifiers and things like that?
Well, I think the way it stands, look, I'm going back to qualifiers and the way it stands, it just is what it is, you know. Rankings, like, I've been lucky for 8 years that my ranking's always been half decent and stuff, and I'm sure, yeah, if I get it right, then look, I won't have to worry about it again. But I'm not one really hung up on rankings. I've said before, you know, there's only one spot in the world what really matters. That's number one, and the rest you have to fill gaps. And if I have to go back to sort of qualify, then so be it. But hopefully I don't. But if I do, I'm not particularly worried. You know, it'll give me another day. If I qualify for a European, I'll get a run out on the Friday before I play the seed, which I think's a benefit in the game, to be honest. And look, you are where you are. You know, if you're going to carry on doing the job and you've got to make it work for you, you know, it's I think it's very important that you just got to do them right things. And if I do change that around, then I'll be back fine. I'll be back in the top 10 easy by 2 years.
£1 million for the World Championship. We are now talking life-changing money that two people are going to compete for. Does that enter your thought process for the World Championships, or is it all about just being world champion?
No, I think, look, I've never really thrown a dart before, and thought about the money. Even when I won it all them years ago, I thought I was going to become world champion at the time, but I never really thought about the money, I think that's just extra pressure, extra sort of... it's like a build-up, and you're at a race. But so not really throw for money, just throw to win, and I think that's the most important bit about it. You can chill and relax a little bit more, and if you're not thinking that this double's worth sort of, I don't know, potentially it could be worth 600 grand or whatever it is, that's mental, isn't it? But at the same time, no, I wouldn't think about that.
When they announced that it was going to be £1 million, what was the reaction amongst the players? 'Cause it's been a pipe dream of Barry's for so long, but now it's actually here. What was that reaction like?
Well, I can remember hearing it in sort of like 2017, 18, when I become world champion, and obviously Barry was on about it then, and you always think to yourself, I suppose at the time, you think, is it really going to get there? But fair play to him and Matchroom, they've really done a number with the PDC and stuff, and getting it there. I think it's brilliant. It's already a spectacle. Now it's £1 million. It's more of a spectacle, So and it's brilliant for everyone involved. That's life changing.
Yeah, look, the World Championships brings out the special occasion. We know Ali Pali is special, but is it big enough anymore? Because the ticket demand is ridiculous. You can't get a ticket for love nor money. Would it be sad if the Worlds leaves Ali Pali?
Well, I've only ever known it one place, and I think for me it would be. Yeah. But then at the same time, you look at it on the other way, and we can look at darts from the 8 years what I've been here, and it's just gone bigger and bigger and better and better. So if it was to potentially leave and go wherever, it would be because it needs to be, And like you said, you probably lose a lot of money there because it don't thingy. Maybe use the Great All there, but then it don't work, I don't think, if you reverse it for warmth and other stuff. But that holds more. But look, whatever the PDC choose, they get it right, and it'll be fantastic anyway. And if we move to a bigger venue, we might get 1.2.
When you're searching for something like you are at the moment, do you watch old games back, like the World Final or something like that, or the semi-final against Michael? Do you go back and watch moments that you think, hang on a minute, this was like the best moment in my career? Do you revisit things like that?
No, see, I'm not really like that, but I have people send me certain stuff. It's really weird, and I've just had like a bad one, take mine head. And I've got a mate of mine, and he sends me a video, and he was like, he said, need to get back to this, son, and he's spot on, but that desire and that hunger, it has to be there. See, I don't actually believe, I think darts isn't my problem. I can throw a dart and stuff, but I just need to be more infused, I would say, would be the word, So for me, look, I'm going to work my socks off for the next 2 weeks and stuff, and I guarantee it, I'll get a tune out of myself in the next 2.
How do you do that all year, though? It's all right getting a tune out yourself for the Worlds, which you'd expect to. How does Rob Cross do that for 12 months?
Well, this is the $1 million question for me, So, I'd have to. I need to stop being lazy, really, And I have to admit, I've had some great times with my family, and I'm seeing my kids and stuff. And don't get me wrong, when you're on the road, it's tough. And I think sometimes I'm a little bit stubborn. I think to myself, I want to do a little bit more there and a little bit more there. And I suppose probably at the time, I probably spent too much time at home with them, enjoying it, doing stuff, with the kids and my missus. And then legitimately, I think that messed me up a little bit because it's not even particularly form. It's the amount what you're playing. And I think I worked it out that I had 2 months and I picked them up 3 times or 4 times in 2 months, which is massive, and then walked straight into a match play, thinking everything's going to be all right, but it obviously wasn't, So yeah, you live and learn by your mistakes, and it has to improve.
Rob, pleasure as always catching up with you, and wish you all the best at Alexandra Palace, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Cheers, big boy.
Introducing the Paddy Power World Darts Championship.